2 years after the deadly police shooting of Jasman Washington. His family wants to tell us for the first time about their search for answers and their lawsuit.
Yeah, that family suing the city as well as the sheriff's office and troopers with the Department of Public Safety for civil rights violations and excessive force. KAMC Ryan Chandler spoke with them. And Ryan, what did they tell you needs to change?
That's right. This story concerns not just how police should be trained and when they should resort to deadly force, but how they should be trained when they work together, like with the Texas Anti-Gang Taskforce. That's a group of city, county, and state officers that coordinate to target gang crimes. But the family of Jasman Washington says they should not have been involved in this chase and that proper coordination never occurred.
No one deserved to be shot over 20 times. I don't care what you've done in life. He didn't deserve to have to be buried in a body bag.
Tonight, the family of Jasman Washington calling for change and demanding answers after 2 years of wondering how a police chase led to a deadly end.
Speeds are approximately 75.
In April 2020, Mr. Washington led officers with the Texas Anti-Gang Taskforce on a chase after LPD says he stole this white Dodge Charger. The chase ending with 5 officers firing after they boxed him in and he hit the gas.
He's trying to ram officers. He's trying to ram officers.
The family now suing for civil rights violations and excessive force. They say their relative died unarmed and unnecessarily.
He may have made mistakes and done, stuff. I mean, we all make mistakes and do stuff, but it didn't have to be that way. I mean,
the law says you have to look at that moment right before force is used. And frankly, if you look at the video, there's about a second between an officer jumps out of the way of the car and the shooting that occurs. Right? His car does not move for that second. So there is that moment where he is defenseless. And frankly, for 5 officers to begin shooting and thinking that he's a threat is unjustified.
The lawsuit claiming the shooting stemmed from improper training and coordination between officers from different agencies and accusing the City of Lubbock of providing unconstitutional use of force standards.
When you're operating at like an interagency task force, you need to do group training, you need to have a shared policy. I mean, that's what the FBI says, that's what the Department of Justice says, and the whole point is to avoid situations like this.
LPD cleared all officers of wrongdoing in their investigation, but stated they ought to standardize procedures in the future. The family hoping this case will force policy changes like that.
they need to change the way they do things a lot, because I mean, it's not just happening here, it's happening everywhere, all over the world. And it needs to stop. I mean, it has to stop.
Yeah. And so it won't happen to another child that don't have a fair chance in life. Because it's not right, and something should be done about it.
And LPD says they've not yet been served with the lawsuit and have not read it to be able to comment. We've also contacted the Lubbock County Sheriff's Office and the Department of Public Safety for their perspective. We'll update you as soon as we hear from them.